Welcome to the Keeper of the Brand. We're talking to hip-hop giants and true keepers of their brand. They're leaders. They walk the walk, and they inspire others to live their dream. My guest today is legendary DJ Chuck Chillout. Chuck Chillout began his career on 98.7 KISS FM in 1982. He was one of the first DJs to become world-renowned for hip-hop music on radio, including playing Run-DMC, LL Cool J, Salt-n-Pepa and Slick Rick, to name a few. A radio hip-hop pioneer across not only 98.7 KISS FM, but 107.5 WBLS. You can hear him internationally, in concerts, on tour, and you've seen him in movies for decades. And he's here with me now. Chuck, welcome to the show.
What up, Denise? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited to have you here. And I mean, let's get into this. I've been wanting to talk to you a little bit more since we launched your website a few years ago, because you are not only my friend, but you have such a wealth of knowledge when it comes to hip hop. And when I hear the stories, I just get goosebumps. How you got into hip hop?
Well, when we was doing it wasn't called hip hop. You know, we was just doing what we was doing. Jamming in the park and doing community centers and doing what you had to do to make a name for yourself.
And when did you decide to pick up those turntables?
Probably 1975, 76.
And how old were you?
15, 16.
I know you told me, but I want to share with the folks out there.
My mom had this cat. She booked this guy to do her birthday party. So he kept playing brass construction all night long. I just kept staring at him like, yo, what is he doing? And and I was like, yo, that's dope. He kept playing brass construction, moving, and a couple other songs. And then, that was like 1975. That was right before, everybody started buying their own little turntables and going into the parks and making a name for themselves. Because in my neighborhood, I had DJ Breakout. So, he was in one park, I was in another park, and then down, because back then it was territorial. Because Uptown was Breakout and myself, a group named Chaos, KOOL, and then South Bronx was Flash and Bambaataa, and Flash at downtown too. So, it was very territorial back then. It wasn't, what it is right now. If you didn't know nobody, you couldn't go in them different areas. You would get stomped the hell out. You know what I mean? But that's how it was. But like I said, I got to meet everybody from Breakout. So you talking 1976 when I got to meet apparently all the cats, the Disco Marios, the DJ Hollywoods, the DJ Jones, Flash, Bambaataa. First time meeting Red was back then. This is the real early days. Melly Mel. We all were like 17, 18 back then. We were mad young. We did it, because it was, we did something to create and make a name for ourselves. You went to the park. If you had a firewood, the crowd would come. I remember I did what I had to do back then. You know what I mean? I was playing in the parks, plugging to the light pole. Can't get arrested by the police for disturbing the peace, all that kind of crap. So they all thought I was nuts back then anyway. So, but my parents, father didn't understand, but my mother did. She bought me my first turntables. God rest her soul for that one. But she knew that was something that kept me off the street. You know what I mean? Because a lot of my friends were robbing and killing people and doing all kind of crap. A lot of them are dead now. You know what I mean? Still locked up in jail. It was definitely wild back then. But we did what we had to do to make a name for ourselves. We definitely played In the summertime, you was in the park, and in the wintertime, you got in the community rooms. There was no clubs back then, so you had to do what you had to do to make it in.
Now, how did you go from playing in the park to Rhythm is the Master with Cool Chip?
You jumped 20 years. Before all that, you know, we was, like I said, when it started in the parks, and you know, we all around the Bronx. The only big major club back then was the T Connection, Stardust Ballroom, Broadway International, the Fever. So, and then the biggest club of them all was the Roxy's. So by that time, it was like 1980. It was still, hip hop was still New York. Like it didn't really.
Yeah, disco was
hold on. It didn't really get downtown. When it came downtown, it went worldwide. I'm gonna say like 81, because Rappers Delight was out, Crash Crew was out, Super Rhymes was out. You know what I mean? And to me, I noticed when hip hop came downtown in Manhattan, that's when it went worldwide. We had the biggest club of them all, which was the Roxy's. Had 3,000 people there on a Friday night. Met the world in it. So that place there was that spot there should have been a hip hop landmark, the Roxy's, because everybody came through there. They knocked the whole building out and put a freaking apartment building in there. But I used to remember going there on a Friday night, and that's how I met Larry Mayo, and he put me in red on Kiss FM. And one thing led to another, and you know, it was, you know, we, like a lot of DJs, really the first DJ really was producing was Marley, right? He was the first one to do it, really. So I thought, you know, you couldn't really do that back then, but I did it anyway down the line. I started kind of hanging around the studios, and that's when I made 2 3 Break and Hip Hop and Wax. This was like 83. So I started hanging out with Vincent Davis. So we put out 2 3 Break, Hip Hop and Wax, and then we put out the Juicy Love record. And then I was still dabbling in the studio, but Chip lived around the corner from me. So I said, yo, man, I said, this cat came up to me and gave me a major deal. Let's go in the studio and do something. So we sampled the Talking Heads, and he wrote the lyrics, and then we got signed.
Wow.
That was through Van Grapes and the Polygams, and not by that time, that was 87. It took us like a year and a half to get the deal, because we was going around. I wasn't taking no nonsense deals. You know, I was on the radio. You know what I mean? Because certain cats had deals on Warner Brothers getting $30,000-$40,000 for a 12-inch and $500,000 for an album back then. So once I locked in with Van Gibbs, and then he connected us to Van Gibbs and Edison Electric, which is you ever heard of Salam Remy? That's Van Gibbs' son.
Okay.
So I know Salam since he was 10 years old. So Salam was hanging around me. Yo, let me come to the station. Yo, let me sample this. He was 10 years old talking this nonsense. So anyway, his father signed me and Chip the Polygram, and the rest is history. So by that time, it was 1989.
Wow. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go back a little bit. What was the first song you played on Kiss FM?
What, rap-wise?
Mm-hmm. Rap-wise.
Well, when we first started back then, it wasn't too many rap records. We had Fresh Wild Bowl. You had Disco 4, Super Rhymes. It wasn't too many. When we first did it, was disco and the rap joints together. Then down the line, it turned into, you know, now the rappers got an outlet to do what they had to do to get deals. Because, you know, back then it was just, you know, it didn't, you know, it was just a regular mix show. And then it caught on fire. I'm gonna say it was, you said probably was Jimmy Spicer. Yeah, probably was Jimmy Spicer. Or, you know, Dollar Bill, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Probably was Dollar Bill, y'all. Probably was the first one. Or Fresh Wild and Bold by the Cold Crush. You know, yeah, it was a lot of independent labels. Once them independent labels had a way to get their records heard, because you had me, Red, Marley, and Magic, and now it's coming. Every week we was getting mountains of records. So that's how all the mother artists came to play, like Super Lover C, Joeski Love, Run-DMC, Fresh 3 MCs, Cold Crush, Disco 4, Slick Rick, and the list goes on and on and on. You know what I mean? So they was hearing it, trying to find a way to get on, and that was their way to get on through the rap show. That's how we was able to break a lot of those records and see what them guys are today.
Now, it's definitely a brotherhood when it comes to, when I look at you, Red, Flex, but back then with the record pools and music coming out, was it like did you compete against each other to see, okay, I need to get this record first so I can play it first? Or
they didn't really give me no records. The only person that really looked out for me back then was Brad Record Den. He sponsored me through a dude that had a pool called SOS record pool. This guy named Richard Gregory, I think is what his name was. That was my first record pool. But those guys, they didn't really respect us. You know, how you gonna give a DJ one record? To me, that was stupid. And, you gotta give a DJ 2 records, sometimes 4, because the record's scratched. So once they on the radio, now everything's coming at me. To my girlfriend's house, people knocking on the door. It got crazy. Like I said, it was a good time back then. A lot of talent. I remember when Scott LaRock knocked on my door and brought me to South Bronx. L came to my crib. A couple rappers came and knocked on my door. I don't know how they found my address, but they came and knocked on the door. Yo, I got my new joint. Yo, the phone was ringing. I remember one time my pop stands before, right? He goes, it was Russell on the phone, right? So he goes, yo man, there's some dude named Russell on the phone. I said, who? He said, Russell Simmons. I grabbed the phone from, right? He goes, yeah, there's a Chuck here. Ain't no Chuck. Chill out here, there's a Chuck. I was like, looking, I said, yo, you know who you talking to? Yeah, I had to grab the phone from, he grabbed my phone. And I was like, yo, my pops was ill. He was ill. He was beyond ill. He didn't understand none of that until later on. But like I say, all of us were doing that. They all thought we were crazy. We were definitely out on a limb, doing something that was way ahead of everybody. But it was so much talent coming through that. Special Ed, Mantronics, King T, EPMD, Joy Sims, Keith Sweat. We can go on and on and on. There's so much stuff. It was real music. I don't know what this crap I hear now, but don't let me get started.
Because then you start sounding like the old man. We want to keep it popping and hot.
Like some of the new stuff is cool, but you don't understand none of that stuff. Your dad gonna stuff.
I don't listen to the radio no more, so I'm good.
So what's going to kill you is your son and daughter going to start playing that in your house. That's going to really kill you.
No. All right, so people used to come and just like track you down to give you music, and
they came and knocked on the door. A couple people came and knocked on the door.
But you told me some crazy stories. So what's the craziest story you can? I heard some crazy stories at my dining room table. I heard some stories about Special Ed and some other folks. So share one story about someone coming knocking on your door.
You gotta trigger something to remember that. But
Ox chop.
everybody was coming. You know what I mean? They were coming.
They was coming.
Coming to the crib, bringing their demos, and they wanted to get on.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the main shows on radio with me, Red, and Marley, and Magic. All the other cats didn't count. Austin 2, you know, Method handled this somebody. You had me, Ray, Marley Magic, Austin 2, Zulu Beats. I said Magic. And then Awesome 2 and who else? You had Zulu Beats. And then you had DNA hanging up. If you didn't get on those shows, and it didn't matter. And then when it came to videos, you had to get on Ralph, Video Music.
Right.
That was the core of. You had to find a way to get on my show or either one of them shows and then get your video on Ralph's thing. If you didn't do that, then your career didn't make no sense.
App, huh? Literally, not figuratively.
That was just New York. So the rest of the country heard that what we were doing, and all the other cats around the country started doing what we were doing. That's why you heard all the other DJs come to LITE. They copied off what we were doing.
Mm-hmm. How do you think hip hop changed your life?
Oh, it kept me off the corner. Kept me out of trouble. We was young and wild back then. Definitely kept me off the corner. Like I said, a lot of my friends are dead. Oh, he's dead.
All right. So, what's your go-to song to get the club popping?
But now?
Yeah. In general, did you have like a staple, or did it change over time?
Well, you know, every time you do a party, you gotta survey the room, because if you got a bunch of ladies in the room, you can't go too thug, because they ain't gonna move. They look at you, who is to you all day? What are you doing? You know you done it. So, and then if you play something too soft for the dudes, come on, man. You know what I mean? So you gotta watch the room. And if you're in a reggae room, they don't want to hear no hip hop. So you gotta watch all that. You know what I mean? So every time, once you get it moving, then you figure out how to manipulate from there. It's still that way to this day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you always, every time you play is a different service.
So let's talk about DJ equipment, because all I hear is you got to start your son off with the techniques. You can't be going to Serato and that other garbage in my Chuck Chillout voice.
Yeah, well, you got to show him the original. You know, the turntables, the mixer. You know, he ain't got to sit up it right now. Sharik got the friggin' control over here. You know what I mean? But the minute we get ready to take all that out of here, put the turntables in here. You know what I mean? But you know, yeah, you gotta have the foundation, the turntables, the mixer, the needles, the whole thing.
Do you prefer Serato turntables over Serato, or?
No, they got the Serato with the turntables. I'd rather use that.
You rather use that one?
I don't like the controller crap, and I don't like that CDJ nonsense. I don't like it. Everybody's gonna tell me, no, you gotta move the times. Fuck the times. Staying with the times.
All right, so when I was at KISS FM, it was always, you're either a mix master or a master mixer. Remember they had those crazy we had the holiday weekends, and Hot 97 had mix master, and then on KISS we had to have master mixer. What is it? Are we a mix master? Or are you a master mixer?
Yeah, look, man, I'm playing records to make everybody have a good time. That's what we do.
All right. So you've mentored a lot of DJs, up and coming DJs throughout the years. Flex being the biggest, probably well-known one.
I helped a lot of artists. I didn't help too many DJs.
You're like, oh, I'm not gonna teach them my secrets. But what was special about Flex for you to mentor him?
Well, you know, he was coming to my house because there was that guy I just talked about a few minutes ago, lived next door to me. And found out what happened to him, he lived next door to me. So it was him and the guy 9 had a group called Deuces Wild, and Flex was the DJ. So he was coming around and they was handling him. You know, yo, stand over there. Yo, don't come over here. Yo, they was really cornballing him back then. So he used to come around. I said, come hang out with me. So he would come with me to all the parties and you know, do what he had to do. And he said, I want to DJ, I want to DJ. I said, okay. So I let him play a couple times. You know, you being a DJ, you gotta learn how to have timing. I didn't have to explain that to him. He knew the timing, he knew how to mix, he knew how to blend. The only problem with him was if he get hold of a record, he didn't know when to stop. You know what I mean? But he had the talent. He's, you know, that's my dude, good dude. For them 35 years, probably more than that. Yeah, but he knew how to mix the records and blend them. A lot of people don't know how to do that. And then they get in front of a live crowd, they really get scared. They're looking around, somebody start throwing something at you. That's a whole nother problem.
You think?
Yeah, of course that happens. Believe that.
Well, let's talk about you going on tour. Every time I turn around, you're like, I'm going on this EP. I'm going on this tour with Public Enemy. I'm going on that tour.
Yeah, we had the Kings of the Mic about 4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
We had a ball. We did like 45 cities. It was me, De La Soul, Public Enemy, Ice Cube, L. Cool J. We had a ball. It was laughs every night. I cried when it ended. I didn't want it to end. We had so much fun. It was jokes every night. Big jokes. You know, you just don't realize till you hit the road, mm-hmm. and you see how many people you touched. It's crazy. Every night we was getting 8,000-9,000 people every night. You know, it was nuts. I couldn't believe it. They want to hear the real old school. They want to hear it. So, you know, I remember when we came to Roseland, there was like 5,000 people inside, 3,000 in the front trying to get in, and another 2,000 in the back trying to get in. Yo, it was crazy. I was like, yo, I gotta get out of here. It was crazy. That night was crazy. We came in, we was out of here so fast. But that night was nuts. In New York, nuts. New York, LA, Atlanta, we did 2 shows in Atlanta, Fox Theater. We was in LA twice. I think it was the Greek Theater. That was crazy. That was the last show of the Greek Theater. Everywhere we went was 8, 9, 10,000 people was coming. It was crazy. Sometimes we was outside. It was crazy. We had a ball.
Now, did you ever think back in the park that hip hop would grow this big?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because you know it was a different form of music, and when rappers, I remember when I was in college, right? All we played was Rappers of LITE and Stephanie Mills' first album. Put your body in and tune in. What you gonna do with my love? That's all we played. Them 2, her whole album and Rappers of LITE. So I'm down in North Carolina, and these kids talking about OJ. I'm like, you don't know about no OJ? That's a New York thing. So right then I knew it was gonna blow from there. So when Rappers of LITE came on and down there in '79, crazy. They didn't like it at first, but it blew to what it was. Then I used to remember going out to the West Coast with my cousins, and they was playing, everything was 100 miles an hour, and they was all going like this, break dancing. I was like, yeah, okay. So you need to hear the real stuff. So, but I knew it was going to catch on. I knew it.
Who's your favorite artist of all time?
It's hard. That's hard. It's too many of them. Well, Public Enemy is on #1 on the list, but then you got Run-DMC, you got Eric B, Rakim, you got LL Cool J, you got EPMD, you got KELIS, and you go on and on and on and on.
All right.
You know, I broke every one of those motherfuckers. That's one of them. You know,
and DMX.
Yeah, we had a ball.
Yeah. What's your most valuable lesson you've learned in the hip hop game?
Who spread up all your money? Don't spend up all your money. Hold on to it. Spend up all your money. Be easy out here.
That's that shit.
But, don't be easy.
All right. So now, you've been in a few movies. We talked about tours, radio. How was your experience on the breaks? Seeing, really just like reliving.
It was
reliving history.
It was funny when we was doing it. When I went to go to read for the part, and I was at first I almost didn't go. That was crazy. I almost didn't get up that morning. You know how the devil is. Fuck that shit, son. You don't need to go. Stay home. Right? And then I heard God go, man, get your butt up and go downtown. So I get up and go downtown. I'm in the room and I see the director from the breaks. From the wire. So I'm going, yo, this shit is real. So I'm going, yo, I know you. And he looked mad for me, so he's laughing, right? All the other people in the room ain't laughing, he's laughing. I said, yo, bro, why you look so familiar? And then he said, I was seeing the man. I said, hold up. So he went somewhere, and I Googled his name, right? And it said The Wire. So he came in the room, so he was dude from The Wire. He said, yeah, it's real. I said, okay, this is real. So you got a cat of that caliber trying to see what's going on. So I knew it was real. She started asking me a couple questions. So, but it's funny, when you got a room full of people looking at you, screw facing you, and he's only one laughing, the rest of them like,
He already made his decision.
Yeah, they all looking at you like, yeah, all right, whatever, pal. All right, so I left the room. I said, man, I ain't get that shit. So a whole month went by, the phone rings. Hey, ready? We getting ready to film. I said, film what? I said, oh shit, this is what, word. Yo, we're gonna send you your lines. I said, my lines? So I get some shit about this stick, right? It was mad big, right? So I gotta look and remember my lines. And they want you to repeat the lines word for word. No putting nothing in there to give it no flavor. They want what they got on that fucking thing. You gotta read it right back to them. So, and I remember there was a scene when they was filming, and I said, yo, Seth, man, you gotta get the girls with the big earrings, and because that's what they were wearing back then. So next thing he goes, cut, right? He goes, cut, right? Yeah, what's wrong? I said, yo, man, you gotta critique this period right, or you gonna catch heat. Because they want to hear the same songs, the same clothes, and y'all was all wearing them big earrings back then. You remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
She froze
The bamboo
earrings.
Dolphins.
Yeah, so he said, cut. He said, what are you talking about, Chuck? I said, hey, so you gotta put the girls wearing that. And you gotta have the Audis, the Maximas, the 98s. You can't put that bullshit cars. And that's what we was riding it. So next thing he going, cut. And he pulls me in the room and he said, tell these people what you just told me. So once they did that, everything changed. But I was like, yo, you gotta show everything. The turntables.
You should have got some money for being a consultant.
Oh, no, I did.
Oh,
I said, you gotta show the turntables. You can't put that mixer in here, because that mixer wasn't around back then, right? And then you gotta show some Dapper Dan shit. He goes, what?
Yeah.
You gotta show Dapper Dan. So I got him on the phone with Dapper. So Dapper put some clothes in there, and the rest is history. I said, you really gotta do this the right way, or you have a problem. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people's hating on that shit. They didn't show certain shit of Queens people. Couple Queens artists got mad, but I wasn't. I helped to a certain degree. He listened to me in certain things, but Sheep Man was the regular great dude.
They can say you know a little something, huh? You know a little something.
When it comes to that, yeah. And then they had a scene where they was in a radio station. That was the funny part. And he had me talk about, you don't play this song. Then the PD comes up talking about, yo, you better not play that song, period, or you fired. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, they ain't want no hip hop.
They ain't want no hip hop. That sounds like some people I remember. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna mention no names, but I remember that. Huh?
So we're not gonna mention no names, but how that transition? I mean, you went from no hip hop to playing hip hop to.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I'm gonna tell you a funny story, Donisha. I remember when I got the Pee Wee Herman record, right?
Mm-hmm.
He used to give it to me on a 2-track. So that night, Barry was in the room. So he comes in the room. What is that? Why is the tape playing? I said, yo, this is the hottest record in the street. It's Pee Wee Herman. Wait, I don't understand. And he walked out the room, right? You know how he was, right? Yo, you know he called my phone Monday morning. Yo, what is that song you played? The kids keep calling here for me. What is that you played? So that record, Pee Wee Herman, when I played Rebel Without a Pause by Public Enemy, Rock Box. After that, he said, I will never bother you again about a rap record.
Wow.
He was looking at me like I was nuts. Especially the Jokes to Love. I had it on the reel to reel. I was like, yo, this is the one. He was, what you mean? I said, yo, you remember you had the Feli dance, and you had the Pee Wee dance.
Yeah.
And the Pee Wee Herman dance, that came, and then he gave it to me, and them kids called for that record, called. What they called? What is that? They keep calling you for what? I said, that's that record I played. After that, he left me alone. After that, he involved me over here. But in the beginning, he thought me and Red was crazy. And we played the Public Enemies, the Beastie Boys, the Nice and Smooths, the Heavy D's, the Chub Rocks. It was Audio 2, another record, Audio 2, another big record.
Audio 2.
When that song came on the club, and the room started shaking. Milk is chilling. They had a little dance to that shit. I forgot with the IUC dances. They had a little dance. It was crazy. It was crazy. Big record. Audio 2 was a big record.
Mm-hmm. Now hip hop culture, I mean, just amazing. You know, the things we've gone through, the tone we've set, and the fact that you lived it and seen it evolve is just it's super cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I remember one time when we first went on tour, it was the Fresh Fest tour, and we was in Detroit. And
who were you on tour with?
It was the Fat Boys, Whodini, Curtis Blow, and Run-DMC. And me and Red would sometimes we would open up before they would go on. So this one night we in Detroit, about 30,000 motherfuckers. And everybody got on them black hats to Run-DMC. So Run goes, if you got on a pair of Adidas, put them in here. Everybody in the club went like this in the arena. The Joe Louis Arena, I'll never forget it. Everybody took up their sneakers and went like this. Everybody had a pair of Adidas on in the room. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Some good stuff, man. So for all these aspiring DJs out there or people trying to get in the game, what advice would you give them?
Don't give up. If that's your dream, don't give up. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of government behind this. Get a real job. You sleep all day, up all night. I don't see you. What's going on? You know how y'all get. You know what I mean? But I think there was a lot of government behind this.
I got the voice of.
I can't hear you. Bring it up, Donisha.
I say you picked up a lot of chicks too. Don't stop playing.
Yeah, but the ones that
drive-by.
Those drive-by.
Those are drive-by.
Drive-by. I didn't say that either. But anyway, you know, if you have somebody serious in your life, that was a problem because, I remember one time I said to myself, I didn't see the daylight for like 10 years. Everything was night. Y'all slept in the day. It was out at night in the club, the radio, studio, I didn't see the daylight for a good 10 years. Good maybe 10, 11 years I didn't see daylight. So she went to work in the day, I'm out at night, and she's sleeping. And that was a problem. You know how y'all get. You know how y'all get. Don't give me that look. Look how she look. Look how she look.
You know me.
You a hip hop head too, so you been around some wild shit. You seen some shit.
Look, I've told, when I worked at the station, I would tell the coordinators and the managers that if you are dating someone right now, it's a 90% chance that you're gonna break up. So get over it. They either have to be down for the cause and understandable, or they're gonna be out of here.
Yeah.
And 95% of the time they broke up.
I got divorced because of that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Now.
That's what cousin Charlie.
I know. I don't know about that, Charlie, but woo.
Yeah, I got divorced.
Oh yeah, she had. She didn't. You know, the funny thing about that was, when we used to come in back in the day, he had a studio here in the house like he got now, right? And I remember coming in. I said, "What? She looking like that? She don't want nobody in the house."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "I'll tell you what we do. I know I got an office space around the corner here. We can move." So we moved everything over there, and now he wasn't home. Now she could play it again.
Wow.
Oh, you're not home. Why you coming home? I said, I thought she didn't want the people in the house. You know, his thing is production, and you know, that's a whole nother. You gotta eat, drink, and sleep that shit. So he would go to work during the day, and then do this at night, like he still does now. We're still doing. We're still at it. So.
We talked about you at the radio station playing records, but did you ever go in studio with any artists?
Not really. Well, you know, Chuck D, Public Enemy stuff.
Well, boot camp.
I was there when we did Who Got the Props, Black Moon. I was there for that. I didn't oversee everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Cause by that time, you know, you couldn't tell them nothing after that. Yeah, so many. Keep Sweat. I was there for that first album. I was there for that.
He actually discovered Buckshot Shorty.
Yeah. Black Moon. Remember the group Black Moon, Johnny said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we found them.
Wow.
Well, I brought them to Michael White's Memories Records.
Now
that
what?
white guy didn't understand what that was. What is this, Chuck?
I love your voices. You crack me up.
What is this? So what's going on? Black Moon, they dope. Who Got the Props? They were dope. Held them in Smith and Wesson. They were dope. They still doing anything to this day.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about female MCs when they came on the scene. I mean, everybody knows Salt-n-Pepa, but you worked with MC. You know, you played MC LITE.
Yeah, but you know the
biggest
female that didn't get the right props was Shaw Rock. She was the first MC. Her, MC LITE, Lisa Lee, Kimberly Poole, Shaw Rock. Those are the icons of the female. This was way before Queen Latifah and MC LITE, and they didn't really get their just due. Especially Shaw Rock. See that? See that turntable? See that? This is the foundation. CDJ. See that? Technique 1200s.
1210.
See that? That's the essence.
How much these don't work right now?
That's the essence of hip hop. Nobody wants to carry nothing. Nobody don't want to lift nothing. Oh, I don't have to. No, Chuck, it's too heavy. Everybody's going to come get paid and run out the door. Well, you know, if I ever start a hip-hop school, I want somebody to carry crates, speakers, amps, like what we had to do.
Known for, like when people look back on your history and they say, this was Chillout.
I kept it 100. I kept it real. That's one thing. I always keep it 100. I tell you the real story. I don't sugarcoat it. I always keep it real. I try to do that to the best of my ability.
You do. You do. All right, my friend. I thank you so much for sharing your stories. And
now, Donnie, you know I got love for you. Come on.
I know we argue all the time, Every time I call you on the phone.
Hip hop. Where's Grandmaster Keith at?
Grandmaster Keith is somewhere in this building, but you know, you gotta have that thick skin for a woman to be in this hip hop game. So you know, I got that good sisterly skin. Thick.
From the line in Mobb Deep, my skin is thick, I'll cut you.
Exactly. So, thank you for being a guest on my show. Keeper Brand, Hip Hop Edition.
For the brand, Darnisha. Chill out, Boogie Down Bronx. We out.
Brooklyn is always in the house, baby.
Brooklyn. She's like you, Brooklyn.
That's right.
You hear Brooklyn? The Bronx.
Brooklyn.
Wasn't for the Bronx, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing now.
Listen.
Remember.
This is Keeper of the Brand, Hip Hop Edition, with yours truly, Danisha Boston Hill.
Yeah.
Favorite DJs, God is DJ, and so is Chuck Chillout.
Yes. First. All right, bye, Danisha.